Did you just get hearing aids and wonder if you made a huge mistake? You were expecting clarity, but what you got was chaos. Everything's too loud, nothing sounds right, and you're tempted to just throw them in the drawer and leave them there forever. I'm Dr. Layne Garrett, founder of Timpanogos Hearing Tinnitus, where I've helped thousands of patients hear clearly again and overcome their tinnitus. And in this video, I'll explain why that reaction is not only normal, it's actually proof that your hearing aids are working. And more importantly, I'll show you exactly how to get past this frustrating phase. So let's dive into what's really happening and how to make sure your hearing aids work for you and not against you. When you first start wearing hearing aids, the world can feel aggressive. Background noises that you haven't registered in years, like footsteps and the air conditioner turning on, the rustle of a newspaper are suddenly front and center. This sensory overload is one of the toughest parts of adjusting to hearing well again. Your own voice might sound booming or tinny, and other people can sound sharp or strange. It's so disorienting that many people give up in the first few weeks, convinced that hearing technology is just not for them. But here's what's really going on. This initial chaos is happening for a very good reason. Hearing loss is usually a slow burn, a gradual fade out over years or even decades. As those sounds disappeared from your life, your brain quietly adapted to a much quieter world. It literally forgot what a full range of sound felt like. And more importantly, it forgot how to ignore irrelevant noises. Your new hearing aids aren't just turning up the volume, they're reintroducing your brain to a world it has spent years learning how to tune out. And before I go on, if you could do me a huge favor, I'd appreciate it. If you find this information helpful, please give our video a like. This really helps others find these videos that are full of scientifically backed information on hearing loss and tinnitus. And while you're at it, please subscribe to our channel with the notification bell checked. Thanks. Here's the secret. Hearing happens in your brain, not your ears. Your ears are just microphones, but your brain is the sound engineer that has to process and make sense of everything. When your brain stops receiving signals from the ears for a long time, what us audiologists call auditory deprivation, it reassigns those resources in the brain. It stops filtering out the refrigerator hum because, well, it hasn't needed to. When you flip the switch on with your new hearing aids, you're not just hearing more, you're forcing your brain to take on a job it hasn't done in a long time. That's why the clatter of silverware seems just as important as the conversation at your dinner table. Your brain, being out of practice, is giving every single sound equal billing. The great news, your brain is incredibly adaptable. This period of frustration is not a flaw in the plan. It is the plan. It's a retraining phase. You are teaching your brain how to hear all over again, how to sort the sounds you want to hear from all the sound in the background. This adjustment can take anywhere from a few weeks to a few months, but it's a journey of rediscovery. So now you know the why. Let's get practical with the how. You can absolutely get through this phase and come out on the other side with a little strategy. First, be patient with yourself and set realistic expectations. Hearing aids are a huge help, but they won't give you superhuman hearing overnight. Success comes with commitment. You might feel tired at the end of the day at first. That's just your brain getting a serious workout. Second, wear your hearing aids consistently. This is probably the most important piece of advice I can give you. The more you wear them, the faster your brain will adapt. If you only pull them out for special occasions, your brain never gets the practice it needs. And every time you put them in, it will feel like the first time all over again. Try to wear them every day, even if you're going to be home alone, in the quiet, doing nothing all day long. Third, start small and work your way up. Don't jump into the deep and wearing them to a loud, crowded restaurant on your first day. Start in the quiet of your home. Listen to everyday sounds. Have one-on-one chats. A fantastic exercise is to read a book out loud so you can get used to the sound of your own voice. Once those things start to feel normal, you can graduate into more challenging listening environments. Fourth, after 4 or 5 days, start keeping a list of sounds or environments that you're struggling with and take that list to your follow-up appointment with your audiologist. They can use that information to more quickly and accurately fine-tune your new hearing aids to sound their very best for you. And one bonus tip. Here at Timpanogos Hearing Tinnitus, we provide all of our patients with a hearing rehabilitation program, as well as a second auditory training program to help you effectively communicate in all listening environments. Ask your provider if they offer similar programs, and if they don't, you should ask why they're not following audiological best practices. That initial feeling of hating your new hearing aids is not a red flag. It's the sound of your brain waking up and remembering a skill it thought was lost forever. The wall of sound is temporary, and the frustration is a normal, expected part of the journey. The biggest mistake you can make is underestimating this adjustment period and giving up right before the magic happens. By understanding that your brain needs time to retrain how to hear better, and wearing your hearing devices all day, every day, and starting to listen in quiet, comfortable places first, you can push through that initial frustration. Stick with it, because on the other side of this challenge is a world with much clearer conversations, richer connections, and the joy of hearing sounds you love again. In conclusion, I want to hear from you. What was the most surprising sound you heard when you first started wearing hearing aids? Was it footsteps, the fridge, your own voice? And what helped you push through that initial adjustment period? Let us know in the comments. Your story might help someone else overcome their initial frustration too. Thanks.